Okay, hello. Extraordinarily excited to introduce the next speaker, whom you won't want to miss. Long collaborator of mine and an essential part of the previous instantiation of this kind of networked publishing project. I present Mashinka Firunts, an artist, writer, and curator, currently working on a PhD in art history at the University of Pennsylvania. Mashinka received her MA in curatorial studies from Columbia University. She has presented performances and papers at ICA Philadelphia, Ontological Hysteric Theater, Northwestern University, Performance Space 122, and elsewhere. Without further ado, Mashinka Firunts.
Thank you so much, Danny, for that very gracious introduction. I'm so pleased to be here and so pleased to be looking at this image with all of you. This image is actually the first known instance of the teenage girl's selfie. What we're looking at was taken by the 13-year-old daughter of Tsar Nikolai in 1914, produced 3 years before the Bolshevik Revolution, the last gasp of the Grand Duchess before the arrival of a socialist state. And I don't know what your response is to this image, but even from this distanced vantage point, I'm irresistibly compelled to reach out and tell her, try posing with a pretty background, try a natural look. Have fun with filters, focus on one feature of your face. Find your best angle, take a deep breath, relax, and try to hold your pose. Her diary from that day reads, I took this picture of myself looking at the mirror. It was very hard as my hands were trembling. Selfies are something new to me, but as I've become increasingly addicted to Instagram, I've been accused of posting too many of them. I've even been called the selfie king. The fact is, I take selfies because I'm confident in who I am. I take selfies because I think they're a fun way to express true confessions. I take selfies because my dog can't take pictures of me. I take selfies because I am that guy who, unless he takes the picture or suggests it, doesn't get his picture taken. I take selfies because they help me see myself as human when I ordinarily don't see myself that way at all. But the short answer is that I take selfies because I'm curious. We think we find the... I'm sorry, I just feel like we're having a moment that I'd like to capture, and I hope that you won't mind. Is that... But you're not smiling, right? Thank you. Thank you. We think we find the origins of digital montage aesthetics in the Russian avant-garde, the YouTube mashup, remix culture, the Pinterest photo collage, techno texts, Kim Kirka Kardashian writing, glamour, menswear, top hat, smoky eyes, and chic updo. I stick my finger into existence and it smells of nothing. All these and more, the unwanted bastard children of Eisenstein. But what if, all the while, we've been the offspring of a teenage duchess, descendants of a Tsarist regime? What a perfect study in uncanny anachronism. The Tsarist selfie displays every salient formal feature of its contemporary counterparts. The body of a young girl, primped, preened, and peacocked, but not to perfection, as if to say, I feel so close to you right now. Yes, to you. And I want to abolish the distance between us, and I can tell from your comments that I can reveal myself to you, even with my strands of hair misplaced. The averted gaze directed at some ideal spectator off-scene, suggesting this image was not produced with you in mind. Her 13-year-old lips slightly parted in a precocious, coquettish pout, gesturing toward adult seduction. Wow. Wow. Man, wait. Find your angle. Find your angle.
I'm finding it.
James Franco, as the Grand Duchess, writes, I can see which posts don't get attention or make me lose followers. Those photos of wounded soldiers, videos telling the Bolsheviks to go away in not so many words, and of course photos with poems. Post your own and you'll see how fast the Reds become poetry specialists and offer critiques like, I hate you, you should die. The selfie as the death rattle of an imperial regime. We witness the Duchess in her domestic interior. For our benefit, yours and mine, she participates in the colonization of her private space, a gesture of generosity, and all at once, we're backstage with Beyoncé, at home with Kim Ye, in the White House garden with Michelle, in the bathroom with Amanda Bynes. Hello.
Hi.
James Franco, as the Grand Duchess writes, "For every book, painting, or poem I post, I try to post a topless selfie or a selfie with Rasputin or a topless selfie because these are all things that are generally liked in lieu of a topless selfie." And if the young girl who confronts us in the digital selfie is the model citizen of 21st century commodity society, the Grand Duchess is the ideal citizen of early capital, a spectacular staging of the self that dissolves into pure image. Anastasia Nikolaevna gives good face. But I think that as digital scholars, you and I, we share a set of disciplinary affinities with the Grand Duchess. We pursue the same lines of inquiry, choosing a well-lit area, determining appropriate etiquette, because as one writer notes, there are some places that should be completely off limits to selfies. Most are pretty common sense, but as a general rule, ask yourself, is something more important than me happening right now? Is this location known for something more important than I am? If the answer is yes to either question, save your selfie for another time. For instance, funerals, weddings, and other major occasions are off limits. If you're at an event meant to focus on or celebrate another human being, put down your smartphone. Similarly, if you're at a memorial site, keep your phone in your pocket. No selfies at any other memorial or statue, especially if a tragic event took place there at least once before. Other lines of inquiry to pursue in the future: posing with a pretty background, trying a natural look, focusing on one feature of your face, having fun with filters, finding our best angle, taking a deep breath, relaxing, and trying to hold your pose. In The Young Girl and the Selfie, Sarah Graham considers the selfie as a kind of gendered labor, a collaboration between the young girl and industry, an attempt to make oneself legible within the logic of late capital, but it's also the product of research, active scholarship, theorizing. I take selfies because I'm confident in who I am. I take selfies because I think they're a fun way to express true confessions. I take selfies because my dog can't take pictures of me. I take my selfies because I am that guy who, unless he takes pictures or suggests it, doesn't get his picture taken. Thank you.